Did you know that some 38,000 Americans in uniform are not American citizens? That of the 128 U.S. servicemen who died in Iraq, 10 died for a country which was not theirs? That sounds astonishing, but in fact, it's nothing new. It's been like that in every war the United States has fought, from Valley Forge to Vietnam. We're not just talking about immigrants. Their valor is well documented. More than 1 out of every 5 Medal of Honor winners has been an immigrant. But the heroism and sacrifice of non-citizens was barely known until Lance Corporal Jose Gutierrez died in battle in Iraq. He came from Guatemala, and he came to the United States illegally. We can tell you how his story ended. He was killed in a tank battle in southern Iraq on March 21st. We can also tell you how his story began. It began here in a slum outside Guatemala City. We can't show you any pictures of Jose, though, at least not when he was a kid here. There are none. Jose was orphaned when he was 6 years old and became a street child. Street children in Guatemala do not get their pictures taken. This is how America will remember Jose Gutierrez, handsome and heroic. But shortly before Bruce Harris met him, he was homeless and helpless, what Latinos call the dust of the earth.
He was really a survivor, and that's how he made it up to the United States, because he was a survivor. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
¿Sí?
Bruce Harris began running Guatemala's Casa Alianza Orphanage, that's Covenant House in Spanish, shortly after Jose was taken there at the age of 9.
El muchacho que fue...
Today, Harris directs all their operations in Central America and fights for children so fiercely that Queen Elizabeth invested him into the exclusive Order of the British Empire in his native England.
He wasn't satisfied in trying to etch out subsistence survival in a country like Guatemala, where more than 80% of the people are poor. He wanted more. He knew there was more to life than just being poor.
So in 1997, 12 years after entering the orphanage, Jose said he was leaving for America. It was a 3,000-mile trail of tears, by foot, by tire, by train, a modern-day version of the Underground Railway, and the last leg over the wall. But when Jose made it to the border, he got busted. He was 22 years old and the INS was going to turn him back. But he was saved by his baby face. He told the authorities he was only 16. Minors don't get turned back. He was allowed to stay in America and get a green card.
Once he crossed the border, and he had to lie to get in. You know, some people say, well, that's not very good. I mean, it's not something that we would prefer, but he knew that to survive, if he'd said he was 21, he'd be thrown back with the tens of thousands of wetbacks, a derogatory term used on that side of the border, towards people who want to survive.
His pilgrimage continued through a series of foster homes, one after another. But once again, he got lucky. He wound up in Torrance, California with Nora and Marcelo Mosquera, both Latin American immigrants. They not only took him in, they loved him and called him their son.
My son told me many, many times, he said, Mom, I don't know why God has me in this world and why I have survived so many. I mean, he, for many, many times in Guatemala and so forth, he was very close to being killed. And he used to tell me, but I know God has me in this world because there's something special that I'm going to do. I don't know what it is. He wanted to be an architect, and everyone is going to remember who I am, and you're going to be very proud of me.
Because when you think about it, I mean, here's a kid who lost both his parents when he was very young.
Yes.
He was dirt poor. And you talk about him having such a positive attitude.
Yes. You find children that when they encounter so many problems as in their early childhood, they either go the right path or the wrong path. Either they make them stronger, a fighter, a soldier to get ahead and become someone in life, or they go down the wrong road. I think with Jose, all his experiences made him stronger. This lady says, oh, you're the mother and the father of Jose?
Jose was one of more than 20 foster children taken in by the Mosqueras, but he became a real brother to the Mosquera daughters, Lillian and Jackie. Did he change much in the years that he was here?
He became sillier.
That must mean happier.
Yeah. This last New Year's Eve, we all were just up, we were dancing and just having fun. We had a great New Year's. And then we just started playing different CDs, and he loved the Beatles, so we were playing the Beatles, and then Hey Jude came on. And he's sitting there singing Hey Dude. I'm like, Jose, it's not Hey Dude, it's Hey Jude. He's like, no, it's Hey Dude. And by the end of the song, we were all singing Hey Dude. So,
Maybe it's Hey Dude.
yeah, you know. But.
Jose went to a community college, played soccer there, and then dropped out last year to join the Marines. He was not an unusual recruit. Most Marines are only high school graduates.
I state your full name.
Most are working class. Many are Hispanic. When a green card holder joins the military, he can apply for citizenship after 3 years instead of the usual 5. But Jose told his mother he had other reasons for joining. Other reasons for wanting to go to Iraq and help topple the regime of Saddam Hussein.
Before he was shipped out, he told me I cannot stand having a regime do to women and children what this regime is doing in Iraq. And I'll give my life, if I have to, in order to defend those children. And those are the ideals of the Marines, and those were his ideals, of becoming someone, of being able to help those other children that are not as fortunate as he was.
Is that what it was really all about, giving back?
Primarily, and also he wanted to achieve education.
I think it was both kind of coupled together. I mean, here he saw an opportunity to go to school to originally I think it was to finish his education, go in, do his time, finish his education, and also give back.
He gave back all right. He was one of the first U.S. servicemen to die in combat in Iraq. No death of any soldier goes unmourned, but the death of a man who died for a country that was not his, that proved especially poignant to many Americans, including President Bush, who visited 2 wounded non-citizen soldiers and made them citizens on the spot.
You know, we got an amazing country where it's so powerful, our values, we believe, that people would be willing to risk their own life and become a citizen after being wounded. It's an amazing moment.
Jose was also granted American citizenship posthumously. And that's also when he became a hero.
Let us now continue our prayer in honor of our great brother Jose Antonio.
A cardinal officiated at a funeral service in this Los Angeles suburb. There were many poor people here, many Latinos, and Jose's parish priest, Gustavo Castillo.
Isn't it amazing that those that are not acknowledged as citizens here are the ones that are doing the fighting, risking their lives?
No, if Gutierrez had come home, probably would have gone back to study to become an architect. Instead, he got killed. He got really unlucky. Does that make him a hero?
He is a hero now, and it's unfortunate sometimes that that's what has to happen in order for people to be known, in order for them to accomplish something maybe.
An American hero, but in Guatemala, a little more complicated. He wanted to be buried here, that's what he told his family. It was, after all, his home. The Marines came down to give him a proper military farewell. But there were hardly any Guatemalans at the ceremony. After all, officials said he didn't die for Guatemala. But Bruce Harris mourned him. He's the guy who lifted him off the streets nearly 25 years ago. Bruce, the States know Gutierrez is treated as a hero. How has it played here in Guatemala?
One group felt that these young Hispanic men were being sent as cannon fodder into the battlefield. Because at first, many of the U.S. Marines who were killed were Latinos. And that created a big question here. Are young Hispanic men who go up to the United States looking for a future, for an education, are they being sent to the front because they're dispensable?
You're saying that in Guatemala, he was viewed more as a victim than as a hero?
I would say a bit of both, and it's always a very difficult situation. I mean, we've looked at how we use the terminology. Having been for years the throwaway kid, the rubbish of society, who are we now to question that he should be called a hero after living so many years as a nothing? But it's a high price to pay for a title.
The U.S. government bought Gutierrez a plot in Guatemala's ritziest cemetery, probably making him the first kid from the slums ever buried here. But this is where Harris wanted him buried, in a plot reserved for Casa Alianza kids, the street children of which he was one. Another neighborhood, another kind of cemetery.
And so we have a plaque for him in memory of who loved life, Jose Antonio Gutierrez. It was important to be here. This is his home. It may not be the fine manicured lawns and nice trees and such like, but this is where his people are. It's a beautiful poem there. It says, "Here I am, Lord, but I can't arrive unless you take me by the hand. Take me to your side because I want to know your beautiful face. Excuse my errors, but I want to share your beautiful heart. I'm yours, Lord. Take me home."
And at home, in America, where he saw his future, he's finally a citizen. And he didn't have to wait 3 years to apply. Right now, Congress is considering several proposals which will make it quicker and easier for green card holders to become Americans when they join the military. How did you feel about the government bestowing American citizenship on Jose after he had died?
Saddened that he wasn't alive to see it. And hopefully, by taking these examples of these kids coming home in boxes and giving it to them, hopefully this will show Congress or someone in the White House to let these immigrants that are fighting for us have the privilege to enjoy being an American citizen in their daily lives instead of coming home in body bags.
Jose Gutierrez was also a poet. Here's part of a poem he wrote before he joined the Marines. "I come from far away, where the angels live in misery, dress themselves with filth, and eat dreams." The toughest thing about doing the Jose Gutierrez story is that we never got to meet him.